Hello, and welcome to another episode of This Is Our Year.
What's up, Mike?
Doug, what's up, Dougie? You got the D for Detroit for Doug going on over there. You got looks like some Four Locos. What are we doing here?
Oh my God, where to start? It's Friday afternoon. How you doing? This is the I figured I'd bring the big D energy here because this is the closest thing. Yeah, I know it's Detroit, but today it's for the Netherlands. These are for my Dutch brothers. Currently 0-0 versus France, and yeah, so this is like the closest thing to their uniform that I own.
I like it.
So,
I
yeah,
like it.
man, and Mike's begging me to get into all the soccer that's going on, all the footy. So I'm
Come
making
on,
the
dude.
effort. Yeah,
Dude, if you are a soccer fan, right now is a great time to be alive. You got
yeah,
in in the AM here in California, you got the Euros, right? So we started off with Poland, Austria this morning, and now you got, like you just alluded to, Netherlands and
yep.
France.
And I'm
And then
aware of what's after that. I am aware.
what's after that?
USA, Bolivia. Let's go.
Yes, yes, we've got a little Copa America,
A little
which
Copa too.
kicked off last night, which is the American version of the Euro Championships, the
Right.
continent of America, North and South and Central mixed together. And so there's some great football going on right now. If you like soccer, this is the next best thing to the World Cup, right? So and
Yeah.
these are all the lead ups. So I don't know, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for
When
soccer.
is the next World Cup? I'm so American. 26,
So they do these Copa
or is it
America and
3 years?
2 years. So they do the Copa America and they do the uh, Euro Championships 2 years after the World Cup. So it's every 2 years you either have the World Cup or you have these
Yeah. So
championships.
we're 2 years out from the next World Cup. That's what I couldn't remember.
Correct. So we
Cool,
did the
cool.
World Cup. They did the World Cup a year late because of COVID, because it was supposed to be
That's right.
2020. So they did it in December of 2021 in Qatar or
Oh yeah.
however you want to pronounce it, right? Qatar, whatever it is.
I think it's
So
I'd say Catter if I have to, but
I
yeah.
think it's Qatar too, but yeah.
Qatar.
So Qatar. So yeah, here we are. We got some football, and the
Yeah.
U.S. is playing Bolivia, and that should be a good game.
Well,
Hopefully,
while I decide which of these Goose Island tall boys to drink, haha, just kidding. I'm going to drink of both. Um, give me a preview of the U.S. team. Like, how are we doing right now in
we
terms of a
tied.
squad?
It's a very similar team returning to what the team that we sent to the World Cup and got as far as we had been in a very long time. Um, we made it to the knockout round. And then I think we lost to France if I remember correctly, but I don't know. But we have the best, like the most players on the team that are scattered amongst European football, I think, ever. Pulisic is Captain America, Christian Pulisic.
Right.
He plays for AC Milan, used to play for Chelsea, and has scored some big goals for US football soccer. Um, he had a huge goal against Brazil last week on a free kick, which was pretty awesome. You got a couple other guys. You got Tim Way. You got Brandon Aronson. You got Matt Turner as your goalie. I think all those guys are in the. They're either in La Liga or they're in Premier League. So, and then I'm definitely missing a few other guys that are.
But we're repping pretty well around the world.
And, yeah, Anthony Robinson plays for Fulham. You got Zimmerman back there on D. I think he's in somewhere out there. But yeah, we have a pretty decent squad. It's probably the best squad we've had in a very long time, if not ever.
Is
And
Burkhalter still coach?
he is. He
Okay.
is. And then we got Gio Reyna is.
Yeah. Like, how's that drama going?
It seems like water under the bridge. I don't think people really love Burkhalter as
Yeah.
the coach. I don't think he really does a great job of set pieces, but I think you could say that for a lot of other coaches too. Um, but I mean, he also got the U.S. pretty damn far last year. But they're very talented for as far as U.S. squads go. I don't know if we'll win the Copa America, but it's here in the U.S. for the first time. I don't know how long. So it's just exciting times for U.S. soccer right now, and I'm definitely leaving a couple of really good players off of the roster that
No
I like
worries,
to
man.
fill
I'll
for
have
this
it
year.
on tonight. Especially since the Mets. I'm not going out. It's 95 degrees here in Connecticut. The Mets are on right now, just absolutely pounding the Cubs, which is why I did
Pounding.
Chicago. Yeah, which is why I did Chicago beers. These are Goose Islands, obviously
Okay,
Chicago. So,
so crack it
um,
open. Let's go.
oh, I did.
Cheers.
I will. I will drink.
Is it any good?
Um, I'm drinking a goddamn. What am I drinking here? Ugh, yeah, I mean it's an IPA and a tall boy. It's trying to be like, hey, it's summer. Like just sit around in this at the beach and drink IPAs, but it's
That
an
sounds
IPA in a
terrible.
can. Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't sound amazing.
no, but it's 7%. It's
Yeah,
Friday.
we're gonna get you cursing a lot by the end of
Oh
this
yeah, and
podcast.
oh, and this one is. I should have started with this one. This one's the big juicy's 9.9,
Full of sunshine. Oh,
full of
I
sunshine
just
and tropical sweetness, just like me.
I just can't do it, man. I can't drink those beers. I can't drink
I
those beers.
they're $3 and they're at that same place that had the iced teas. So
Oh
I thought, why
man,
not?
well, $3, that's a different story. That sounds like a
Yeah.
great deal. Sounds like you're gonna get
Yes.
shit face for $6 by 5 o'clock in Connecticut today.
Have more deadlines, but it's time to have a beer and talk about dumb sports and embarrass myself on YouTube. Hell yeah. Let's go Friday.
Hey man, look at me. I am all summertime California
Yeah,
out right now. I got the tank
you
top.
are. Yeah, talk to us about the sleeveless stash combo you got going on here.
Well,
Is it time to head over to Venice Beach?
no, I don't live close enough to go to Venice Beach, but I live in Huntington Beach, which is Surf
I
City,
know.
USA, and
Isn't Venice where they you
yeah,
just
Muscle
you
Beach, Muscle
stunt,
Beach.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where Schwarzenegger made Muscle Beach famous. They still have
Yeah.
remnants of Muscle Beach, but and you can go watch people work out there. But
There's
I
still
don't know.
diehards who are like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in Muscle
Yes.
Beach, bitch.
Yes.
Nice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's a fucking, you know, as the bird flies, it's probably like 15, 20 minutes from here. But
Yeah. Oh,
as
it's
the
LA.
traffic
No, no.
wise,
I don't expect you to go to another part of LA.
ever. We were talking about that the other day. Like,
Yeah.
when we were up in Santa Monica, me and the wife for which is very close to Venice, and we were going there for some appointment we had, and then we went out to dinner afterwards because we had to wait for traffic to die down, right? Because the appointment was at like 4, and we had
Yeah.
to leave at 2 to get there by 3 to miss traffic, so that we could be there an hour early. Because otherwise, we were going to just sit in traffic and hope they could take us early. And then we finished on time and went out to dinner. And then by the time we got done with dinner, it was like 7, and then traffic had died down. But like, I don't know, man. I guess it's the same in New York, right? Like
No,
Connecticut,
LA driving is miserable. And
it's
here's where I remind you to watch that John Mulaney show, if I haven't, on Netflix, where they talk about LA.
yes.
And
I
they do
saw
like a topic for each episode. You saw some of them?
it was a comedy thing, right? So he was
Yeah.
doing
Yeah. Yeah.
like all the comedy in LA, and they
There's not
did like
really a
a
script, but they sort of had a topic kind of like this show.
sure,
But like that one's actually funny.
absolutely
Like,
right,
um,
correct.
call us John. Anyway, yeah, no, yeah, one of the parts I loved on that was when they had the lady who found OJ in the helicopter before anyone else did, like before the cops did. I don't know if you saw that episode.
I did not.
It was the helicopter episode of all things. But yeah, she's a badass and she had stories all about that, the chase and just the highways in general. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, dude.
It was like episode 3 or something.
Well, maybe we'll get into it. We're so far behind. I'm just starting to watch The Continental. Have you watched that?
Oh, uh, is that the Guy Ritchie one? No,
No,
that's the
that's the
gentleman.
John. That's the John. I just saw that a couple months ago. I saw
Yeah, I saw
the
that one.
Continental is the prequel to John Wick. Um,
Oh, right. I haven't seen that yet. Well, the cool thing
so
about the Mulaney thing is it's not serious, so you could just put it on when you're like passing out or cooking or whatever.
the problem is the
It's not
wife
heavy.
doesn't. She likes She
Just
likes all these like
Love is
she like
Blind.
yes, exactly. She likes
I
Love is Blind. She
are
likes all
when are we
those.
going to kick off that show, man? We got to talk Love is Blind next season.
The next season of Love is Blind.
I'm going to be out
Denver.
in LA again in September. By the way, we figured it out. So
Okay. Do you have
see
dates?
you on the highways then.
Do you have dates?
Yeah, it's like the middle. I'll
Okay.
send you dates, but it's like
Send the dates
it's
on.
probably like NFL Week 3 to put it in perspective.
That sounds delightful. That
Yeah,
sounds delightful. Awesome, brother. Well, that's good news. What do you want to talk about? You talked about
I know. I
beers. We
feel
talked
like
about
we just did this
Chicago.
show on Saturday, and I didn't post it till the other day. But yeah, I thought we had a good show. We were good. We didn't start talking about the Mets till what, half hour in again.
I think so.
That's usually when. So yeah, let's naturally keep this going. No, I don't know, man. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I got my tank top on. I got my
You do.
my California version New York Mets hat that Fanatics conned me
You're
into
ready to
buying a
be a
couple years
background
ago.
dancer for Kevin Federline.
Right. Remember? Do you remember his one song that he came out with?
I could not sing it to you, no, but
I can't sing it to you, but I know the title of it because it was ridiculous. It was called Popo Sow, and it was about the police. You
okay.
know, do you know
I
how
get it now. It
do
sounded
you know?
racist, but it was just a
It's
cab.
like
Okay.
yeah, like Popo, and then Sow is another name for a pig, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's brilliant.
Yeah, hey,
If only we had that kind of wit.
yes, but you know
And
how
we all know how
good?
Popo Scout absolutely caught on since that.
Yes,
I mean, everywhere you go, even the teens are saying it still. It's
Julio.
got staying power.
What's the shortstop's name? Iglesias for the Mets.
Oh yeah, I was going to bring up OMG. Have you heard it or the 9 second clip?
No, but it should we should put it in as our lead-in song for this one and only
Uh, yeah, like before it gets
episode.
released.
Yes.
YouTube has like that AI shit to check your videos. I don't know if you know that, but if we like
No.
try to post something that's copyrighted, it'll apparently flag it
There's
before you
no
upload.
way that Iglesias's track is copyrighted yet. There's
Not
no
yet.
fucking way.
It's coming out
Right.
July 3rd. Dropping.
So if we get this episode out before July 3rd,
Yes.
then I think we'll be okay.
All right.
Until we're not okay, which is
I'm gonna have to
okay.
try to. I don't. I think we're okay.
I mean,
I mean, I'm not personally okay, but
even
I'm
bad
gonna have some beer.
publicity is good publicity, right? So hey,
I
this is
can't
our year.
imagine them suing us.
Yeah, right. Or if they
Look
want
at my
to,
background. I have no money.
yes, yeah. Go for it.
Oh no. What I was going to say is, I guess I have to figure out how to make an MP3 out of Instagram posts. So I guess that'll be my project for the weekend. But
Or you
yeah,
could
we'll.
just not do it. But it'd be
Yeah,
cool. It'd
I
be
might.
cool.
Don't put it past me. Once you talk to me about songs, they're getting on my computer somehow.
Needs to get on your computer. There, you still have
Yep.
a Napster account, I'm sure.
Yes.
So,
It's Soulseek is the Napster of today. If anyone's getting into that, if anyone's pissed off at Spotify, and you have a million reasons to be, come
do
be
you
a
not like
pirate.
do you not like Spotify?
Uh, I don't know. I only use it when I'm in the car, and it's Jenny's account, so I have no issue
So,
with it. But I don't.
I I think it's fine. I used Pandora forever, and I used to have
Yeah,
Pandora when I worked in an office,
they were cool.
and I put Pandora on, and then I got yelled at by the IT guys like you're streaming and you're killing our bandwidth, and I'm like maybe we should have more bandwidth as a fucking
Yeah, for MP3
company.
quality songs,
Yeah,
like,
I was like
come on,
maybe we
dude.
should have more bandwidth as a company, but hey, maybe it's time for me to look for a new job. So I
Meanwhile, the
did.
guys upstairs are watching porn all day on the company
Yeah,
servers.
yeah, yep. His nickname was fucking Birdman anyway. So, and not because he
Speaking of
was
issues,
cool, but because he looked like a bird. It was
oh
very,
yeah,
we weren't very witty back then. It was Birdman because he looked like a bird. But yeah,
um, is there? I guess you can say Chris Anderson, but is there anyone cool that's named Bert? Oh no, there is. I forgot about
Birdman.
Birdman the rapper.
Yeah, I don't even know if
I
he's
totally
cool.
forgot about him.
Lil Wayne hates him, Drake hates him, but
He's not
everyone
cool
hates Drake.
anymore.
Everyone hates Drake, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he's cool. Maybe he's just old like us.
We are.
So
Oof.
we are very old.
I have we've talked about this. I have 25-year-old MP3s on my computer. We are fucking old.
Yeah. Yeah. They still work though.
Your sister made me get a Creed song in like 1997. That might have been my first download.
You were not a fan of Creed?
Uh, that was about the moment there where I swore off all that alternative rock that I had been listening to.
Yeah.
It was the Creed, it was the Stained, it was the Limp Bizkit. It's kind of a
Well,
rough era, man.
I would still listen to Limp Bizkit now. That's that.
Yeah, I guess. It
But
like
like,
if we're doing this and there's a bunch of people, why not?
but
It's probably held up better than Creed.
yes, Creed. Well, Creed was Christian hard rock,
Oh,
and
so many power ballads and hunger. And
yeah. And
Seattle
what
all started it.
what was the other band that was? They were Canadian. They
Oh,
did.
Live was horrible.
Mm,
Candlebox was horrible.
yeah, but now
um,
you're crossing genres here. I'm talking
oh,
about like that
no.
early 2000 shit. They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like the top band, and
The
they did
one
the
everybody makes
Spider-Man
fun
theme
of.
song.
And
Yes,
yeah,
they did the Spider-Man
that
2
guy
theme
sucked with
song.
his fucking curly hair and his goatee.
Yeah, and they were Canadian, right? So we can at least say that. We don't have to claim them.
Yeah.
What the fuck was their name though? They were
Yeah,
so
who
shitty.
cares?
They were so they
I'm more thinking about like Collective Soul and Live. I hated all
no,
those
you're
bands too.
crossing genres. You're going to like 90s shit or alternative.
This was 90s shit.
I'm talking about 2000 shit alternative. Maybe you're right. Maybe late 90s shit
No, you're
alternative.
right. The fuck those dinguses did cross into the 2000s with like Hoobastank,
Spider-Man
Lincoln Rent.
2 theme
It's like it was
song.
such a cliche to make fun of them that they're gone from my brain. It's like
I know
such fucking
exactly.
hack humor. Um, yeah,
Oh
or
god.
beer induced
Oh,
brain damage
Hoobastank was on the Spider-Man too. Soundtrack.
with Evanescence.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Wake me up! Can't wake up.
Oh my god, it was. Come on, where is it? Jesus Christ, what is the name of this shitty band? Oh, it's
I'm in
gonna kill me, dude.
photograph.
That's the name of the song. That's the name of the song.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
photograph.
in a photograph.
Nickelback. Fucking Nickelback. What the fuck does that even mean? What is a Nickelback? Oh,
It's
they
some
were.
Canadian. You know, it's some Canadian bullshit.
So, dude, I actually have a hilarious, hilarious Nickelback story. Okay, and
Hell yeah!
they are kind of the worst but best worst band, and they like represent that shitty era of music
It
very
was
well.
just like boring to me. I don't know. Are they
Well,
the
they all
worst?
sounded the same, and I
Yeah,
don't know. Nickelback got the biggest. Like they blew up
they
and
got
then
the
like
biggest backlash.
and then
Yeah,
imploded really quickly. So about 7 or 8 years ago, I have a bunch of clients in New York City, and whenever I used to go to New York City, I would just take them all to one big dinner because I didn't
I
have
remember.
time to.
I used to
Oh
crash
yeah,
some of those.
dude, yes, exactly. You've been to one of those dinners with
Those
me.
were awesome, by the way.
So it wasn't this particular dinner, but the crew was pretty much the same that you met. So we're going out to dinner one night, and I don't. Did you ever meet Terrell? So
It sounds familiar.
yeah, he was at my wedding.
My memory's shit, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. So he was at my wedding, and so he's our age, and
The latest one, right? Yeah.
yes, the yes, he wasn't at the first wedding. No,
Okay.
yes, he was at the last wedding that was almost 3 years ago. Anniversary in 5 days.
Hard to believe.
Going to
Oh my
Vegas
God, you're right.
this weekend to celebrate
Oh yeah.
on top of other things.
Nice. Congrats. Oh God, don't get sick again, dude.
No. We're staying in no. We're staying in smoke-free hotels. No, I'll be in the casino for short spurts, but I'll be in and out. A couple hours, and that's it.
This isn't a boys' trip. This is
An anniversary
you and the
trip, so
wife. Yeah.
it's relaxation. Although
Okay.
she's going to see Megan the Stallion tonight,
Oh,
so we're all over the place. But I'll tell
what
you that one real
at
quick.
SoFi? At Staples?
No, tomorrow night. Sorry,
Hollywood
when we get
Bowl?
to Vegas, it's at
Okay.
the MGM Garden, whatever. You hate
Well, no,
Megan.
I mean, that's the way to do it. Wild out night one, and then just kick back
Well,
the rest of the time.
here's the best part. So we knew we were gonna be there. She's got like a trade show she's got to go to. We're gonna have dinners at night, and the
Yeah,
first
it's
night's
high
tomorrow
season
night.
for that.
And her best friend lives there. So I said, hey babe, I know you've been wanting to see Megan the Stallion. She's gonna be in Vegas the night that we get there. I said, do you want to go? She's like, hell yeah, I want to go. I was like, okay, I will buy you 2 tickets, but I don't want to go. I was like, see if Clara, your best friend, wants to go with you. And she was like, okay. And so her and Clara are going
You don't
to.
want to go to that?
No, fuck no, dude. I have no interest in going to see Megan the Stallion.
Okay.
Have you downloaded Megan the Stallion?
No, I have not, but I hear it in when I'm in the car with Jenny, and she's got those
It's
songs. I don't.
yes,
I'm
it's
kidding.
not good.
If it was like, is it GA? Are they getting a seat? Is it like a
No, they have
nice?
seats. They have nice
Okay,
seats inside,
but yeah,
but I
you're
don't
you're
want
just
to.
like I. They go off.
I'm like, give me. I'll take a night to myself. I'll go gamble a little bit. I'll go,
Hmm.
drink a couple of drinks at the bar and just
Okay,
enjoy. I'll go to the sports book and drop a couple bucks on
there you go.
some
There
game
you
and
go.
just fucking chill. Like,
What
and
is this
then when
tomorrow night?
it's tomorrow night. So
Hmm.
anyway, we're getting lost here. So we were going out to dinner with Terrell, who's a middle-aged black man, right? Which is totally fine. And we go out to dinner, and we all of us are hanging around the table, and everyone's like, I don't know. I probably asked some question, and I said, "What's your favorite band?" And this guy gets to him, and this guy fucking says Nickelback. He said and was dead fucking serious. He's like, my favorite
Yeah,
band is Nickelback, and this was like 5 years ago. So I don't
this
even
wasn't
know
a
if
bit.
no, dude. And so I'm like Nickelback, and thank God, like I didn't even have to ride on him. It was all the other clients that I had were like, "You fucking like Nickelback? Are you fucking serious?" And they tore this poor
Just
guy
the
apart.
disrespect came from all sides. You're saying like
Yeah,
immediately.
I just kind of sat back and I was like, "We'll have some dessert, please. Yes, we'll have another round of drinks. We need to talk about how Terrell's favorite band is Nickelback." And I'm like, "How do you
Did you
fucking
lose
like
like a $6 million deal because of this?
Uh, Probably. His sales have gone down over the last year. So
Mm.
anyway, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, sorry, Terrell. I've been there.
He's a good friend, but
No, he's a
Jesus
good dude.
Christ, he he's still to this day will tell you he likes Nickelback. So I
He
thought that was
was there
hilarious.
any defense? Like he's just like, this is what I like.
This is what I
Hey,
like.
you like what you like, man. Yeah,
You like what you like.
you should be honest.
You like what you like. You should be honest. There's nothing wrong with that. But
Nope.
he likes Nickelback, and he
And he should
definitely
be
took.
mocked.
He was definitely mocked. He was definitely mocked. And then the other story I have is about Creed. When I was a young buck,
Take us
and
higher,
we
Mike.
we were in our young age of 18, pledging a fraternity. There was no hazing, nothing bad happened. That's a complete lie, but I'm just saying there was no
And
hazing.
yeah, I'm
And
doing
so
the math.
when
This is during Prime Creed, like
this
Ascension
is
time, right? It's
97,
like
97,
98.
98,
Yeah,
98, probably 98. It was 98. And dude,
it was hell.
whenever we didn't get hazed,
Yeah,
and when we
which
weren't
didn't happen, of
in
course.
the basement not getting hazed,
Not getting
they
hazed.
would fucking crank Creed, that fucking stupid first album. The song you just said, "Can you take me higher?" Every fucking time I didn't get hazed.
So it was
So
already punishment.
exactly. So I associate not getting hazed
I
with
thought that's when
fucking
people actually
Creed.
liked him. Wow.
They did. And like I mean, even if I did like him at that point, I was like, God damn, this is so bad. But now, he's. I think they just did a reunion tour, and they did it on like a. I want to say they did it on a Christian cruise. Like they got back together and like reunited for some big Christian cruise because they're Christian rockers.
Oh yeah, no. There's cruises for every band now. There's the
Yes.
311 cruise and the Weezer cruise,
Is this for
and
real? I
yeah.
did not know this. So what do? You go on a cruise with a band and then
Oh,
they
like the
perform?
311 cruise is notorious, and it's actually it's just everybody's fucking stoned and partying the whole time. Apparently
Are
it's
you
right,
serious?
but there's like a lot of debauchery. Yeah, it's like a crazy crowd. Drew McGarry went on one. and wrote about it.
Really?
I
I'm
think
gonna.
it was the 311 cruise, or is like the Kid Rock cruise. It might have been the Kid Rock cruise. Anyway, there are a lot of cruises.
I didn't
I
even
think
know this
I
was a
think he
fucking
went to the
thing.
Kid Rock cruise.
Hilarious.
Definitely recommend that. Yeah, Drew Magary, and I think it wasn't for like Deadspin. It was for like the San Francisco's whatever he also writes for. So you can
Okay.
Google that. You can also Google when goddamn Creed played um, the Cowboys game in 2001. Remember that with a halftime like post 9/11. You could look that up if you wanted to, or you could just punch yourself in the junk. I'll leave it up to you, everyone watching.
Wait, why would we punch ourselves in the junk? Like,
uh,
remind the audience what happened because I can't.
I
I think it.
unfortunately saw like just someone like was like, oh God, we were in a bad place, like 23 years ago. And someone posted it. And it was like it had these weird acrobats flying around.
Yes,
And
I remember
and
this.
yeah, like it's coming back. I think it was the Ryan Leaf game too. Like somehow Ryan Leaf was involved in this game. Like it was a tough scene all around. And yeah, and they're doing "Can you take me higher?" and everybody's like, and yeah, it's as a Giants fan and I don't know, a cranky old man at this point. Oh my God, it brought me back to maybe a bad place.
Didn't didn't Fred Durst also hate Scott Stipe and they had like big
Yeah,
beef?
they had beef,
So
and Scott Stapp got in a fist fight with two guys from 311. Scott Stapp is a fucking wild card. He's a menace.
but he's also like a devout Christian.
Well, yeah, but like the kind that keeps having to get born again because they're like major addicts and like can't control themselves, and like so
Got
they
it.
they run behind God, and maybe it helps them, but maybe they're just using it as an excuse. Anyway,
Righteous Gemstones,
hey,
season
God,
four.
I love that show. Um,
They're coming out with the new season. I'm gonna have to like re up my HBO subscription for
yes,
$25
you
a
will,
month. Yes, I will.
just for
I will
that
do
show.
it just for that show, and then I'll catch up on all the other shows, and then I'll probably cancel it again.
So I think he
So
got in a fight with like Peanut and Nick Hexum
okay.
at a bar. I think like Scott talked shit about one of their girlfriends, and yeah, big
Speaking of
beef.
which, good segue. This this has been on my mind for the last 24 hours. So yesterday, totally unrelated to New York sports, but Detroit sports, very related to.
Detroit, what?
Did you see the information that came out about Matthew Stafford's wife banging his backup quarterback
Oh
his
no.
senior year at Georgia? And then Brian Branch, the safety for the Lions, posting it. And then now it's getting posted everywhere.
Posting what? Like just
That
that, like the
that
information,
Stafford
but like not a
that
picture or
Stafford's
anything.
no, there was no
Okay.
like fornication happening. And it's just
Well, no, or just like
a
like one of the.
story. It was a story of like it was a picture of the backup quarterback. I don't know who it was at the time, but
So
and
Georgia in what, like 2010?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Hmm.
Matthew. I mean, it's all over the news right now. Not
Jake
news, but
Bobo. No, I can't. Matt, did Matt Schaub go to? No, he's older.
Matt Stafford's backup at quarterback at yeah, dude.
And
Kelly
this is what
Stafford
I miss
dated
not being on anything, any social
jo-
anymore.
Joe Cox was his name. It's a good last name to be the guy that stole Stafford's ex. Yeah,
Oh
but
my
apparently
God, that's a perfect name.
she dated this guy or did had a nice little rendezvous with him
I think the
while
kids call it hookup.
a hookup now. Well, do you know what they call it now too? I got asked this the other day what my body count was. Do you know what that means?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, dude. What's
We
your
had a different body count one in the '90s, and it was kind of badass. But that was Ice T's band.
yes, yes. Now that
Yeah,
means how many
and
people have you
body count.
sucked?
That's fucking hilarious.
Yes. What's your body count? And I was like, what? I'm not answering that question, and you shouldn't be
uh,
asking me that. But
yeah.
okay,
But
millennials
anyway,
and Gen
can I give you a
Zers.
ballpark?
Yeah. Oh, my friend. Anyway, that's the world of sports we
We're
live in
kidding,
these days.
Alex.
Yes.
Uh, no, let's go back. So did Stafford reply?
I mean, what do you say? Like, no, he can
So
bang my
yeah,
wife. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But if it's a true story, like, I don't know, man. I was like, hey, whoever leaked the story is fucked up. Like, why now, 10, 15 years later, are you even talking about this, right? But B, like, what? I don't know, man. Like,
yeah.
if you
Well,
stepped
there's
out
got to
on
be something
me,
behind it.
if you right, but if you stepped out on me to like hook up with my backup quarterback, like, you can have the backup quarterback.
Hmm.
But I guess he went back, and then they got married. And who knows what truth there is to this? Maybe there's no truth to this. Maybe this is bullshit. But
But just to be clear, this happened 15 or whatever years ago, not recently,
correct,
because that would be a bad scene if like Joe
correct,
Cox was suddenly in town and she had a date with her friends that night.
right. I'm stepping out. Oh, my phone was off all night. I'm so sorry, honey.
Hey, baby, Joe Cox here. I know you're in town. You up?
So, if speaking of great names, and in honor of my mustache, what would be what would be your pornographic movie name if you were to ever do such a thing?
I went to I don't know, but I went to a party in the late '90s where the people it was in Syracuse, and I just think some girls were throwing it, and they were like, "We're having a porn star party," and everybody who showed up at the door got a name tag, and it was already filled out.
Okay.
So they wrote all the porn star names. So mine was Johnny Ramwell, which I kind of liked.
Yeah, that's
That's pretty nice. And my, the thing where you do your first pet and the name of your street. I had a decent one for that as well. Duke Ryder with a Y, Ryder.
Duke Ryder. I
So
like it.
both of those are pretty fucking banging. No pun
Yes,
intended.
Johnny Rockwell and Duke
Ramwell,
Ryder.
Ramwell,
Johnny Ramwell
Johnny Ramwell. That's
and
right.
Duke Ryder. I like it. I didn't know it was your pet's
Maybe
first
Duke
name.
Ryder's the gay porn name. We'll see. The gay
Oh,
for pay name.
okay. Okay. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I'll just say yes to that.
Sure.
I thought I thought it was your middle name and the street that you lived on at the time. So at one point in time
Okay. Well, Gavin
I
Ryder
was
works as well.
yes, I was Erwin Rudolph, and that's a pretty obscure name right there. So it
Yeah,
works.
that sounds like the best high jumper on the 1928 Jewish Olympic team.
I think it was.
He
I
got
think
the
it was.
bronze.
He did. He did get the bronze. Oh my goodness.
Erwin
All right,
Rudolph.
buddy. Well, it is
Yeah, you ever
currently
look at like old NBA rosters and like there's guys like Erwin Rudolph all over them. It's kind of great.
and there's like one old,
Yeah.
tall, bald white guy with like hair on his back and his fucking triceps and just hair everywhere but on top of his head. And he's
Yeah.
probably wearing goggles. Yeah, yeah,
And it's Paul Mokeski Sr.
yeah. Yes, exactly. Looks like he could be your like wood shop teacher from sixth grade. The NBA
Anyway,
before the Lakers and the Celtics, the NBA was a very different place. There was no drug testing. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of other,
well, 70s, 80s, yeah.
yeah, a lot
Like
of other
50s, it was
things.
all like set shots and like underhand free throws. So
Right.
games change, man.
It's
That's
come a
great,
long way. It's come a long way.
man. And yeah, I by the way, I saw a 6 pack of Celtics beer, and I'm like, I'm not doing that for the fucking show. Fuck the Celtics.
Fuck the
That
Celtics,
that's
dude.
all I had to say about that.
Fuck Boston, bro. Fuck Boston.
Did they
Fuck.
win since our last show? I forget. Who cares?
Yes, they did. Exactly. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay.
At
They're
least Kyrie
cool.
lost, right?
Yeah, fuck him too. But if you really want to fucking tie one on to the Nets, like the Celtics' last championship was with Garnett, Pierce, and whatever the other asshole's name was
Yeah.
that they traded to Brooklyn, and then they traded those three and got Tatum and Brown, and that's who won their next championship. So you're
Brad
welcome.
Stevens, man, as a GM, maybe not the best coach, but wow. And yeah,
I
shout out to Joe Mazzulla, Mountaineer.
yeah,
He's
he's
like
done
he's
a
like way
wonderful
younger
job.
than both of us. So damn.
He's like 32 years old, and he
Yeah, man.
got all those guys to buy into his system. He took that team that's always been on the cusp of being really
Right.
good to where they are now in 2 years. And he took over last year under not dire, but really fucking crazy circumstances where
Oh yeah.
Ime Udoka got, caught banging one of the secretaries on the staff and they fired him. And it was like this stupid drawn out thing. They should have just fucking fired him, but I don't know why they did whatever they did. And then
Yeah,
they got
like
rid
these
of him
guys never know how to handle stuff like that. It's incredible.
ever. I mean, ever,
Yeah.
dude. Like, even the Jets
And they
with
pay people to help and they still fuck it up.
because everyone's worried about like just do something like, and if
Yeah.
you're everyone's worried about the lawsuit though too. That's the problem with America. It's so litigious, man. Like when we want to fire someone, like it can, like, I can tell you honestly, I haven't just been like, you're fired to anyone in the
Is
past
that
like
because of
6 months.
California though? Because I thought a lot of states you can just do that.
You can do it here, but like you can do it anywhere, but it's just you have to have your ducks in a row when you terminate someone. You cannot just
In
you
case they
can
turn around, in case they're,
correct.
yeah,
You can do
right.
whatever you
Okay.
want. Like
No, that I've seen. All right.
let me preface. Like
I was wondering
I
if no,
could
if you guys had different rules or something.
I mean they're definitely more stringent here and they're more employee
Then say
favored.
like Mississippi, yeah.
Then Florida's quite the opposite.
All right.
Florida's a very employer
Deep
centric
South.
state.
Mhm.
It's just, I mean, dude, I don't want to get into the politics of it. I don't want to get into the politics at
No, I'm
all.
not looking for that. I was just wondering. My bad.
But yeah, no, it's okay. It's just
And I've seen that. Like I've seen ex coworkers sue for wrongful termination. So I get it.
it's not a lawsuit that anyone wants to deal with because nobody
No,
wins except the lawyers.
right.
You think you're going to win it when you file that suit, and you're
No,
not. You're
I
just
think some people just do it just in case or out of
spiteful.
spite. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
spiteful. I
spite.
mean,
Like I'm gonna
it,
fucking waste your time too.
well, they think that they get promised by the lawyers that they're going to get this huge
Oh yeah,
payout, and like, if by huge payout you mean 12 grand, like, okay, I mean, maybe that's
yeah.
life changing for somebody. I don't know, but yeah, it's
Maybe some unemployment supplement there, but not really.
right, exactly. So I don't know, dude,
Still need
but
to not be a fuck up at work.
right, just do your job. Like when you come to work, do your job. Is that hard to ask? I don't think so, but maybe it is. Maybe it's too much. So Douglas, currently it is 11. I believe it's 11-1. Is that still the score?
Yeah, and let's get a score update here because I forgot to put the footy match back on. Still nil nil, minute 77. And yeah, it's still 11-1, bottom of the fucking seventh. Mets over the Cubs.
I mean, this is great. This is great. This is what we
Oh,
want.
oh,
We
hey, Quintana, since I said it on Saturday, now has told me to STFU, just like Marvy Gattos did. So cheers.
maybe
Cheers, Q.
so. Who else do you want to shit on the Mets? Maybe this is a good time.
Jeff McNeil.
Yeah, well, he's just been
He looks like he
fucking.
forgot how to play baseball. And dude,
I, I think
come
he
on.
has forgotten how to play baseball. He looks
Yeah.
lost, dude. He looks like he's swinging a golf club up there with this bat. It's I don't
That or
understand it.
he's lost any kind of pop he used to have. I
But then
just
then just go back to hitting singles like
being
you
like a
did. Like,
slap hitter. Yeah.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you were great when I don't need you to hit more than 10 home runs a year. And I don't
Right.
and that's like on the top end of things. Just bat 330 and get on base, dude. I
Yeah.
don't
Have
care
like a
if you're
high 300s on base or close to
and you
four.
used to have a good eye. You don't have a
Yeah.
good eye anymore. You are just swinging it. You're like lost at the plate and swinging at
I agree.
everything.
Like his at bats used to be a lot better, right?
Yeah, dude, he's just an out now. He stinks. And he's like playing okay defense, but like Jose Iglesias, he's four
Dude,
for he's 4 for 4 today.
OMG.
He's 3 RBIs. He's batting 452,
Yeah.
and this motherfucker is got the theme song for the resurgent half game out New York Metropolitans. Right? Are we still
Oh
half game
man.
out of the wild card, or is it more now?
Do not have a good. I need to find the wild card
I'm
standings.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm looking it up
Stupid
right now.
CBS is useless, but that was scary. Alvarez just went down for a second, and I just want to use that to say he hit a bomb today, and he looks so engaged with the pitchers on the defensive side, and it's just really great to have him back.
Yep.
And of course, and Torrens, of course, has been great too. And So yeah, Viacone Tomas Nido, but man, all of a
Oh,
sudden
he's
that
over there
position's
backing
looking
up.
solid.
Yeah, he's over there backing up the Cubs right now.
Yeah, he'll probably get an at bat in this game. Actually, it's gonna be weird to see.
There's also a guy on the Cubs that just pinch hit, and his last name is Mastro Bioni.
hmm Master Boner,
Yeah, is he any good?
is he?
It doesn't look like it. He's batting
I'll ask
122.
Duke Ryder if he knows.
Yeah, so we're one game out, starting the day today. So at the very least, we're uh, we're percentage points behind the Cubs.
Wrong can.
So we'll be jumping them at the very least and moving, you know, no more than a half game behind the Nats and the Pirates after this game is all said and done, which is great.
It's it's fun, man. The vibes are good right now. It's such a long season, right? Did we already give up on him in May?
We sure
We might
did.
have. We
We
might
were
have.
already talking about trading
And
Alonso and anything else that we could get.
oh, and like all of a sudden, there aren't really any. There isn't much dead weight on this team other than Jeff McNeil and maybe someone else I can't think of.
I mean,
Everybody's been, yeah.
Lindor's been hitting. Nimmo's starting to
Nemo's been
hit.
hitting.
Martinez
Pete.
has been a revelation. Pete
Oh
is
hell yeah.
he's still got an 800 OPS even at 244. Marte's hitting.
Yeah, Vientos looks like he belongs, and
Vientos is
Beatty hit a
batting
bomb in Syracuse
294.
last night.
Yep. Alvarez is hitting
Um,
271. Iglesias is picking up some slack, and on our bench we got
it's a great run, and so we're playing the Yankees after this Cubs series. Have
correct.
you seen the schedule after that? They play all under 500 teams until the Yankees again a month later.
Wow.
Every, I mean, that includes the Astros who are having an off year, but everyone else. I looked at this before the show to make sure. Everyone else, including a lot of Marlins, a lot of Rockies, um, it's there, man. If they want to take a run, like the Pirates are in there.
I
It's not a scary schedule. They could go on a run in July.
I mean, we've already
Wait,
been on a run.
yeah, I mean this is a run, and it's going to be interesting what they do with guys like Sevi.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
we
at
we
this
talked
point,
about that extensively last week, but maybe you still get assets, or maybe you say no. Let's go do this.
at this point, you're going to be 2 games under 500 after this game, and you're going to be at most a game out of the wild card. With obviously, we're at 74 games after today, so we got 90 games to go, pretty much 88 games to
It's
go.
a
We're
long
almost
season, man. We're
we're a
not even
little
the
under
midway.
halfway. Yeah, we're not even halfway through the season yet. So,
I
as
still
much
don't
as I
trust the
was
pitching completely, but yeah,
no,
sorry.
but if we keep playing like we're playing, maybe we make an addition instead. Last week we were talking about
Yeah,
selling everything, but at this
which was
point,
my 90 win prediction, right? That they add.
hey,
Let's go,
I mean,
baby.
maybe I'll
Still in
eat, bro.
play.
It's still in play. Still in play. You got to win another 44, 54 more games. But if we can win 54 more games, we're definitely
We're
headed.
yeah. I mean, no, I mean win 84 games and you're in these days.
Right. Yeah, man. There's no dead weight on this team. I mean, there's a couple pitchers like Adam Ottavino's in there doing mop up duty today because he's been not great this year in my
Yeah, it's
opinion.
funny. Like since they took him out of low leverage, he's been doing more than one inning. I don't know if you noticed that, and he's been good.
I think he's going to pitch more than one inning today for sure. He just
Yeah,
finished the
he
seventh. I
should.
think.
If that's his new role, I love it. They need to eat up innings because Manai only goes 5, Quintana only goes 5. Peterson, McGill, 5 inning pitchers, right?
Right.
Although those guys been battling, I still don't trust him, man. I know you like those too.
I like
Hey,
them if they are our fifth and fourth starter. I don't have a problem with it. The problem I have is when like Quintana's our number one starter. He's a fifth starter.
yeah,
You know,
they're all like third starters. You're kind of right.
Manaya's maybe a third. Maybe he's slotted correctly.
All their ceilings are like third.
Severino is slotted correctly as a two when he's on,
Yeah,
but everyone else is like you got your 1, 3, 4, 5 are all fifth starters in my
I don't
opinion.
think OQ is the one. I mean, it's got to be Sevi if we're doing that, right? If we're doing a short series, you go Sevi game 1, right?
100%. But then
Yeah,
who goes game two? Manaya?
I don't know.
I don't know. Quintana's been
Christian
trash.
Scott,
Right. He's been
Jonathan,
trash.
Ernesto
Trash this year.
Mercedes.
And then we still got fucking Adrian Hauser, who's been that's the guy who should be in the game right now, just closing it out.
And he's been mop up guy, and he's somehow turned it around being mop up guy. That's fine. We have 5 other starters.
Correct.
And yeah, no, like the bullpen looks good for the most part. Guys like Danny Young who come up and down have been great. And
So
Nunez,
where would you add to this team though? That's the question. Just the starting rotation. That's it. Bullpen guy, outfielder. I don't think we need anybody on
the,
offense.
the 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 only downer, yeah, like I don't know if I'd mess with the offense. I think you're right. The only downer about this, well, one of the downers about this year is some of the injuries down the farm. It's been hard to like evaluate some guys. So I don't even know who other teams would be looking at that the Mets would want to part with. That's got to be a small list, right? Because I don't think they want to trade Gilbert or Jet.
Well, Jets
Um,
out for the year again. They just announced,
ugh,
along
that
with
sucks.
Maurizio, along with Maurizio. So
Man,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
know.
rough for the kid's development. He had a shot to get some at bats at the end of the year this year, like the way
Yeah.
the trajectory was going. So I don't know. Like, do you trade like lower level guys like Jesus Baez, who looks really good, or some of the other guys down in FSL, or even lower
Or do you just hold
for
tight
like a
and
reliever? Yeah, I don't know.
no, or do you just hold tight and just let this team play it out the way it is? I don't know. It
I
depends on
mean,
where we are.
yeah,
It depends on where we are at the trade deadline. We still have another 5 weeks to get there.
yeah. We're
And
gonna do 4 or 5 episodes about this basically
yeah,
because
but
not much
we
else has
want
been going on.
no, we can talk
But
more soccer. We got the NBA. The NBA
yep.
finals are over. The draft is coming up next weekend, I think. And then we got some stuff going on in hockey. There's a little bit of movement there. Nothing with the
Yes,
Isles per se,
maybe by
but
next week. I mean, the draft's next week, but yeah, getting back to the deadline. What do you think? Buyers, sellers,
I don't.
incomplete.
I mean, it's still up in the air. I mean, we're on a
Yeah,
nice run right now. We're so close that even if we fucking had a terrible next 5 weeks, I don't think we're gonna fall enough out of it to because every team is within a game and a half besides the bottom two, the Rockies and the
it's a
Marlins.
mess. Yeah, a mess of
So
mediocrity.
so you look at the AL and like all these teams are mostly 5 games out already, except for the Red Sox. So it looks like a 4-team race for 3 wild card spots, and maybe the Rays and the Blue Jays and the Astros can turn it around. There's still plenty of time, but there's a lot of teams 5, 6, 7 games out of the wild card. Like the National League, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams chasing the
3 spots.
four.
Oh,
Looks like
four
there's four.
spots.
Looks like I can't tell. No, there's 3 spots because the Diamondbacks and Padres have the same record. So I guess they're
Oh, yeah,
considered
one. So the
even.
division, and then yeah.
So
Well,
there's
no,
seven teams.
the Dodgers are leaving the division, right?
Yeah, there's 7 teams chasing the 3 teams that are
Okay.
currently. So there's 10 teams within 1.5 games of the 3 spots. I mean, that could go any way.
Include wait, not including the division winners. So basically, there's only 2 teams in the NL that are out of it. Is
There's
what you're
only
saying?
2 teams in the National League that are probably
Wow.
out of which is the Rockies and the
Marlins and the
Marlins,
Rock. Yeah.
and they're 11 games out of the wild card right now. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming
So
they're not very good either of these
it's going to
teams.
be an epic game of chicken, right, with these GMs.
Right. So there's not a lot
Yeah.
of
And
sellers
and
too.
these
So
games
I
are
think
big right now.
right, which is
Yeah.
to your point. Like if the market is only going to be a couple of American League teams that are really out of it in the next 5 weeks, maybe one of these, Reds, Giants, Cubs, they decide to punt because they don't think they're going to, reload for next year. But then that drives the cost up, right? So
Yeah.
then what are you paying for these
And like
starting
and 2 of those
pitchers?
teams already spend money, so like the bigger the market, the less likely they're going to sell, right? Or is it the other
Right.
way around? Yeah, I mean, the dream is that the Mets have the deep pockets to get someone either cost controlled or like take on a contract to get someone that is controlled,
Right.
and that's what I'm holding out hope for. Unfortunately, I haven't really had any time to like suggest any targets, but
I don't even
maybe
know
I'll.
if there's like, the bad contract salary dumps. Like, are there any bad contracts anymore? The contracts have been really
Yeah, Yeah, but Boris has been getting his ass kicked. That's for sure.
Yeah, like there I would say over the last 4 years, what's the worst? Who's got like the worst contract out there? I don't know. There's no like Matt Kemps and
Scott
fucking
Mayfield. Sorry,
yeah. We're talking baseball here, buddy.
I'm kidding. Um, yeah, man. No, no. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there used to remember like Vernon Wells debacle, and
all that
I
stuff.
mean,
Yeah,
we could
Jason
do a whole show
Bay.
on the Mets version of that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So it just doesn't
Um,
seem like there's as many bad contracts out there to pick up from a
teams have
team.
gotten smarter, and
Yes.
but like a salary dump plus something of value to get the salary off is still something that I think, especially if Stearns has guys or like has an edge on identifying who's going to break through, which is I can't believe the upper echelon of scouts can figure this stuff out with baseball because it's such small sample sizes, right, and potential. And but yeah, that's why we watch, right?
And it's not even
This
just
isn't
that.
the NBA, where it's like, oh shit, I got to build a 5-man rotation and a 12-man roster. I mean, there's what 4 levels, 5 levels of talent that you have to manage at the same time.
Right. And that's smaller than it was like a year ago,
That's
five
true.
years ago.
That's
There used
true.
to be like 8 levels of talent that you had to manage.
Yeah. But if you can take on other people's mistakes, that's when you can get at those level under level talents, right? I think I'm wishful thinking here, but
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think to your point, we're gonna have 5 weeks to figure out what the fuck they're gonna do, and we can just kind of meander. Last week we were all full sail. This
yeah,
week I think we're both kind of like hold, and hopefully they keep moving up the standings so
I
that
wasn't
we're.
full sale. I remember I was like, keep Sevi,
I was
but
full. Yeah, we both were. We wanted to keep him, but we wanted to sell everything else. I was way more full sail. I'm more on your let's hold pattern at this point.
I do see the argument for selling Sevi because why not find another Severino on the market in a savvy move again next year? I mean,
Right.
if you can get assets, maybe you just do it. But at the same time, this team, OMG, deserves to stay together for now. And as we talked about with the hater thing, Stearns learned his lesson. Hopefully, when he sold when he maybe shouldn't have with the Brewers.
Yeah, I don't, and I think that was probably more of a economics thing, like, oh, we're not going to
Of
be able to pay
course,
this guy.
because that's always a
Maybe,
factor up there.
right,
But
but it's not a factor here. So I don't think, the one guy that it's going to come down to is Pete. Can we trade Pete and get something for him? Are we going to re-sign him in the offseason
yeah,
or not?
like
And
what do
so
you do?
I don't know. I
I don't
don't
want to
know.
give my opinion this week because we've gone back and forth over the years. So
We
um,
talked about it last week, and it's like if we're out of it, you sell. I think 100%. But there's this big like thought process that he's going to come back and sign with us in the offseason anyway. I don't know if that's true.
it doesn't happen often, but it has happened. You know,
Right.
sell and they come back.
Right. I don't know.
Um, I don't know either. Yeah, you're getting sleepy, so let's go through some lightning topics. San Reddick is in Japan, looking very good, dressing up like a samurai. Are you having fun being a Jets fan this week?
I didn't even know that until you just said that. So don't care. Is that a real thing?
Yeah, dude, yeah, look it up. Because as someone posted, like the Jets talking about Hassan Reddick won't talk to them, and Hassan Reddick's over on Instagram, just posted photos from Tokyo, just living his
Very
best life. And
awesome.
they're like, I respect this because no matter what Hassan Reddick does, there's a way more annoying guy doing things this offseason on his team. So he gets to
Yeah, yeah.
live as a samurai in Tokyo.
I don't care, man. It doesn't matter to me
I know.
about any of this shit.
I'm just poking. I'm trying to get the responses.
Here
Trying
here's
to wake you up here.
here's what I think about the Jets. We are
Beer number 2.
what there we go. We're about a month away from training camp, and we'll see. I don't think Hassan Reddick is going to hold out because he's in the last year of his contract and he has no guaranteed money left. So he makes 14.5 million, and those coming in the form of game day checks. and he's going to start sacrificing because he's going to get these fines starting to pile up. So maybe he'll hold out for a day or two just to be an asshole, and then he'll show up and he'll collect his money. He's going to play. He's not going to not play. He's 30 years old, and if he doesn't get his contract this year, he's going to have to sacrifice a year of his career, and that's earning potential.
And probably not get a good contract again, right?
Right. You're
Probably
going to
not.
leave $14.25 million on the table. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. So I think Joe Douglas is very confident, and Joe Douglas has pushed all his chips in the middle of the table. So we can talk
Speaking of games of chicken, right?
Yeah, you can talk about 20. We can worry about 2025 and 2025. Right now it's 2024. I don't give a fuck if Aaron Rodgers goes to a fucking music festival during OTAs. I don't give a fuck if Hassan Reddick is playing cosplay in Japan.
What if it was the Kid Rock cruise?
Don't care.
Featuring Nickelback.
Don't care. Go take some ayahuasca and hang out with 311. Do whatever the fuck you want. And just stay healthy, and show up to training camp in shape. And this guy Reddick's going to show up in shape because he's going to want a contract. He's going to have to play his ass off this year to get another contract, whether it be from the Jets or another team. That's it. And Rodgers he doesn't want to go out like he did last year. He's going to play this year, and if they don't go deep in the playoffs, my guess he's probably going to play again next year. And then after next year, that's when all his money is done. He'll probably decide what to do, because he's got more money on the books for next year. And why? I don't know, Doug. I don't care how much ayahuasca you.
No. In 2 years, Trump is going to appoint him as Surgeon General, so he's covered there.
That's right, exactly. So it'll all work itself out.
Yeah, no, it is the master plan. He's going to chew on some dirt before that.
He's got $46 million on a contract in his last year of his deal. Are you walking away from $46 million, Doug? If you knew you had to play 17 more games, are you going to walk away from that?
No, and I can hurt myself on play 4 for the Jets too. So
right, exactly. So, they probably would have played better than any of the other quarterbacks.
3 handoffs and then dead.
God, I almost cried, like legitimately almost.
I'm
cried,
sorry,
dude.
man. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It was just.
It was just
giving you the
after all that, all the the preview and the ESPN-ness of it all, and then just to go down like that.
Well, hopefully we get.
It's the Jets.
It's the Jets.
It's
hopefully
the
we
Jets.
can see what it's all about this year. That's
right. Real quick, Oil or Cats tonight? Game 6. Is there going to be a Game 7?
Who you got?
I got the Oil. The Oil going home. We going back to Miami. Let's go. It's a good sports night. We got the footy. We got the hockey.
Yeah,
not bad for a late June.
No, I would love to see the Oilers push a Game 7.
Yeah.
I don't like many players that don't play for the Islanders. That there's usually just jealousy for the most part. But
yeah, haters. You and I are haters.
Yeah, but Connor McDavid is like otherworldly, and that guy deserves a ring. He
does, or at least more attention.
He hasn't carried that team, but he's carried that team for the last few years, and
it's never his fault.
No, and he's got some supporting cast, but man, I hope he can push this to Game 7, and it would be great if they came back and pulled it out. Just to be great to watch that. That'll be
yeah, exactly. Like we kind of just need stuff to watch, especially with an underwhelming NBA Finals. And however, I will say shout out to Kyle Okposo, and that's great if he finally gets his cup, because oh man, when times were tough with the Isles, he was like the one player we could latch onto. There was a time before Tavares and after Yashin where that's basically all we had. So it's really cool to see him. Oh, exactly. It's really cool to see that. And I work for a company in Miami, so I was kind of rooting for him, but I'm with you, man. Let's go Oil tonight.
Yeah. And one other thing,
set up the 7.
That fucking guy is a glutton for punishment, because not only did he play for the Islanders during some dark fucking years.
Awful years.
He also then went to the Buffalo Sabres, and I think
intentionally
the New York Jets are like the playoff drought is like 13 years now, and the Buffalo Sabres are right behind them at 12. and he
Yeah,
was there for
which
all
is
those
hard to
games.
do in hockey.
Hard, hard, very hard to do. Well, it's hard to do in the NFL too. Like these are two inept franchises.
Oh no,
So
these are two very, very special franchises. Oh
yeah.
yes,
So
and
Kyle,
New York's got them, baby. Actually,
yeah,
Jersey's got the Jets.
that's true. And then what
Uh,
you want to give? You want to give a little bit of a shout out to Markstrom going to the Devils. How do you feel about
yeah,
that?
I mean, well, he's not a guy that blows me away ever, but he is an effective goalie. So maybe he stabilizes that crew, and they're a legit threat next year. It's not, as an Isles fan, I don't love to see it. I was
No,
hoping they would still,
I mean they tanked. Their season was tanked by awful
yeah.
goaltending last year,
Oh, and
and
I think
so
some injuries too. Yeah,
so
watch the hell out for that roster. Oh boy, the Hughes brothers and just a
yeah,
million speedy forwards. Dougie
yep.
Hamilton and Nemec's going to be good. Oh no, yeah. So let's hope Markstrom sucks ass. He is kind of like Varley, like he's older, right? So,
Yeah, but goalies can
but
play well
that
into
shit
the
doesn't matter with goalies. Yeah,
no. I mean Varley could be a starter
and
on a bunch of other teams if he wanted to.
absolutely. And Isles fans, if you're if you're looking for something, Sorokin will be back. He had a horrible year last year. But Shesterkin's done this before. Every goalie, Bobrovsky, who's about to win a cup, has done that before. It's all
Yep,
good, man.
you're gonna have bad years where you're fucking
They're like relief pitchers.
in your head and you've got too many shots on your goal. And once
Yeah.
Waugh came
He
in,
just got paid.
he just got paid. They just brought his goalie coach over from Russia.
We're drinking. It's
He's
Tommy
gonna be
time.
fine. So Doug, it's been a good show. We've had some good laughs. What do you
Yeah, we
want to tell
have.
the audience?
This is great. So we've already mentioned Thomas Nito, but when you're talking about the greats, um, you end up talking in threes, right? Like for some reason, humans like putting three names together. So Vaya con Dios, and I mean the names Willie Mays, Donald Sutherland, and Tomas Nito. All you just every time you talk about one of these guys, you end up bringing them all up. It's incredible. So three legends: Willie Mays, Donald Sutherland, and Tomas Nito. Vaya con Dios. I'm sorry, Willie and Donald. You guys deserve a lot more, but we don't really have a show about you guys. But Vaya con Dios.
All right,
What do you think? Anybody
audience.
else?
No, that's it. You nailed it. I can't top
Maybe
that.
maybe the best pure player to put on a Mets uniform. By the way, right?
Willie
I mean,
Mays.
not when he was with the Mets, but
No, yeah. I mean, he was
but the best Met, technical
well,
Met.
he brought some legitimacy to the early days of the Mets for sure.
Like right there with Seaver, but yeah, absolutely, man. So, but just a baseball legend. Baseball's great. It's not that
Baseball
boring,
is
guys.
great. It's not that boring. All right, Dougie. It's been a great show, audience. We will see you next week.
Big juicy.